So today I've been thinking, and I don't know why this hasn't occurred to me before, but people keep on talking about Sergio obviously being in cahoots with the killer because the killer comes straight in as soon as Sergio leaves, etc., etc. But that's because they believe that the killer knows about the garage sale, obviously, because Sergio's involved with it. They, told them about this, and this is all a plan. But if you look at the actual circumstance, if you look at what the evidence actually shows you on the morning and how the murder happened and what everything that went down that morning, the timescale seems to suggest for me that not that the killer knew that Liz was having the yard sale, but it seems to be, from my point of view anyway, that they were operating on what was usually on any other given day, Sergio and Liz's work schedule. Because Sergio told me himself he would leave any other normal day 6:30 to 6:45, and if Liz was working that morning, she would leave shortly after him about 6:45 to 7 a.m. So rather than, but like people say that, well, the killer's obviously gone straight in because they knew that Liz was having the garage sale and Sergio had signaled them and whatever else. No, I don't think that's correct because I think they've gone there. If they knew the yard sale was occurring, then I mean, why would they not just go there when Liz went to Starbucks that morning? Do it then because it'd be much easier. It's earlier, it's darker, and less people are going to be up. If they and Sergio could have just told them, sent like he's got this burner phone everybody keeps on talking about. Well, why not just send a message to them? Oh, she's going to Starbucks now. She's sat on the drive in the car as we speak. Come and do it now because that's a much better opportunity. Why there is no burner phone. We know that because Richie said he's geofenced the area and there's no phone that comes or goes. There's no phone that the murderer seems to have, and there's no phone that is not that they don't recognise in the area. So I think what the killer's done is they've turned up at 6:45, which we know is when they've turned up because Sergeant Ritchie says that's when the truck is first seen going into Goddard School. So if that's the case, that's when you would expect them to turn up. That is exactly when they should turn up if they believe Liz is going to work that morning, because they're going to know what this must suggest that the killer, whoever's done this, they know Liz and they know they don't. Not only do they know Liz, they know Sergio's schedule really well as well. These people, whoever's done this, they're very close to Liz and Sergio. They have to be. Because they know that they know Sergio would leave 6:30 to 6:45, and they've turned up at 6:45 because they know there's that small 10 to 15-minute window that they're going to have to murder Liz before she herself goes to work. So they probably plan to pull up, wait till she comes out of the house, call over to her as they did when they got out the truck anyway, and then walk up and kill her that way. When they come into the neighbourhood, they come in from Princeton Place Drive. Now, if they know she's going to be outside, everybody says, oh, well, they already know she's going to be out there. They know she's going to be exposed. Even Richie says himself. They know she's outside, exposed. Well, if that's the case, why are they coming in from Princeton Place, having to bypass Liz first, go and turn around, stop, get all the gear on? This is unnecessary if they know she's going to be out there. And everybody says it is such a well-planned murder. Oh, this is so well planned in advance. Well, how can it be? How can that be? Why are they going down the street having to turn around and wait and then put all the gear on when they're in the truck? If they know she's going to be out there from the minute they come in the neighbourhood, why don't they just come in from London Way direction? So they don't have to go and turn around. They can just stop, get out. I think it's all because they've seen Sergio. They know that Sergio's going to leave about 6:45 a.m. And Sergio stays behind about a couple of minutes later than he normally would. So by the time he leaves Princeton Place, it's probably 6:50. So the killer is probably going to be, I think, operating on a 10-minute window they have anyway between Sergio leaving and Liz leaving, and that's even short. That's shortened by even more now because they got 5 minutes less because they know Sergio's overstayed by 5 minutes, which would again speak to the urgency of them going straight in there within 4 minutes because they know they got even less time to do this now. I think they're not. There's no knowledge they have of the garage sale. I think they have knowledge of Liz and Sergio's everyday work schedule. They know what time Liz leaves. They know what time Sergio leaves. They know there's that small 10-minute window, which is shortened even more now by the fact Sergio was overstayed that morning to about 5 minutes. So that's what they're operating on, I believe. I don't think they know anything about the garage sale and the circumstantial evidence of them coming in from the wrong direction. If they know she's going to be outside, why don't they just turn up when she's at Starbucks if they're going to do it that early? None of this happened because they don't know she's having a yard sale. They assume she's going to work as normal. That's why they're not there when she goes to Starbucks. That's why they're not there any other time in the morning. That's why they're not ready when they come down the street and see all the tables outside. You can see they hit the brakes as they're coming down the street, like as if they're not expecting to see us. It's like a shock to them. They're operating on the fact that they know Liz's and Sergio's everyday schedule. They know that he leaves about 6:45. She leaves within 10 to 15 minutes thereafter, and they go in there. I mean, they turn up at 6:45 and go into the Goddard School. If that doesn't tell you that they know that Sergio is going to leave then, and they know that Liz is due to leave within 10 minutes, exactly why they've gone there at that time, not when she's gone to Starbucks or any other time in the morning. They're fully expecting her to probably leave to go to work herself. They're probably planning to just exit their truck, call over to her as they did when they got out of the truck anyway, knowing that she's going to be, oh yeah, can I help you, and whatever else. They're going to walk up and they're going to do it then. They're not operating on the knowledge of the garage sale. They're operating on a knowledge of what they think is Sergio and Lizzie's everyday schedule. They don't know she's got the day off, I don't think. Not only does that vindicate Sergio, in that, because people always say, oh, well, he must be involved because they've gone in so soon after. No, they've gone in so soon after, I think, because they know Sergio's overstayed it by a few minutes. They know she's going to be leaving herself, so they've got a short gap anyway. And if they miss that, then that's chance gone. So they rushed in there, making sure that she hasn't left yet, or catch her before she does. And they're thrown off by the sight of her with the tables and the grass here outside.